In the latest video preview for The Young and the Restless, Amanda has big news for Abby, and Claire isn't so sure about Kyle's latest plan. Claire's been fighting an uphill battle to get Victor to accept her and Kyle's relationship. So of course, she's wary of anything that Kyle does that could rock that boat even more. Coming up, Claire says to Kyle, "You admitted to me before that you planned to trap Audra. The more I think about your plan, the more I don't like it." Half of Geno City wants to know who Aristotle Dumis is and what he's after. Is he really going to help Billy screw Victor over and take back Chancellor? Does he have designs on Winters? What does Phyllis hope to get out of working with the mystery man? Thanks to a familiar face, we already have the answers to some of those questions. Amanda Sinclair returned and shocked Devon, Nate, and Lily with some news on Dumis. She assured them that he did not want Winters, and he was offended by Victor's takeover of Chancellor, as he didn't see it as playing fair. Chancellor was Dumas' real target. How does she know? Because she's Dumas' attorney. She also told them that Dumis is a cover name, and he is a man. Next week, Amanda reassuringly tells Abby, "Well, you guys can just relax. Dumis, he's trying to protect Winters, okay? He's not trying to take it away." Abby asks, what's in it for him? Indeed, will Amanda finally spill the beans? Finally, is it that time of the year already? Nikki gushes to Victor, "This is a wonderful beginning to my birthday." Victor replies, "And you know it's only just the beginning." She asks, "There's more? Why do we get the feeling the mysterious Mr. Dumis might make his Geno City debut at Nikki's party?" The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Audra Charles has a mighty big task at hand to break up Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman. Victor Newman has presented her with a proposal that promises a new and shiny cosmetics company if she achieves this. The moustache initially encouraged Audra to seduce Kyle. However, as the brunette is in a committed relationship with Nate Hastings, this is out of the question. Will Audra go another route? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Audra finally made some progress with Kyle during the Thursday, May 15 episode. The two chatted at Crimson, while Audra teased that her new company has an innovative product that the industry has never seen before. Kyle retorted that as someone whose family has been in this business for decades, that remains to be seen. With that said, fans could tell Kyle's curiosity was piqued. He not only went rushing back to Jabot to tell his parents, Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins Abbott, about it, but he also told his girlfriend, Claire, about wanting to get closer to Audra to find out more about this product. Still, fans could also tell that Kyle seemed to have a renewed interest in Audra that had less to do with her innovative new cosmetics gadget and more to do with their past romance. Even Holden Novak commented to Audra on the chemistry he saw between them. Audra needs to set up Kyle so that he looks bad, but she doesn't. Could she organize a scheme that makes him look like he attempted to sexually assault her? If not sexual assault, perhaps physical assault. This plan could achieve a number of results. First off, she gains sympathy from Nate, and the show could set things up where Claire may not believe Kyle was framed. If Audra's plan convinces Claire that Kyle is a monster and they break up, the brunette will have achieved her goal and will be waiting to be rewarded. The Young and the Restless spoilers and rumors have us concerned. Summer Newman's plane bringing her back to GC from Milan crashes? We did not see that coming when the character rushed to Italy on Marchetti business. To be clear, social media is speculating about this fateful scenario, but the rumor mill is on fire. Ever since Alison Lanier announced that her final episode aired on May 2, the audience has wondered about her character's fate, and rightly so. What exactly is going on with the legacy character of Summer Newman? Stay with us while we unpack. Let's start from the beginning. Summer flew to Milan on business after Sally Spectra and Chelsea Lawson quit Marchetti. Summer left behind her precious son Harrison Abbott immediately after her ex and cousin announced that they are moving in together. To say she has unfinished business in GC is an understatement. Before she left, Summer told Kyle Abbott not to tell Harrison about moving in with Claire Newman until she got back. What if she doesn't come back? No, we don't mean that she decided to stay in Milan with her hunky new Italian stud. We're contemplating the unthinkable. What if Summer's plane goes missing over the Atlantic? Is this classic soap shenanigans or what? Is Summer about to disappear for the summer? Think about it. A plot device such as this would drive a lot of story, including the devastation of her parents Phyllis Summers and Nick Newman. Would it be enough to drive them back into a relationship? And how would Kyle Abbott take the news? Would he dump Claire out of grief and guilt, or would Summer's disappearance push him closer to Claire? And then there's Grandpa Victor Newman, who would hire the entire East Coast fleet of merchant marines to find his granddaughter. What happens to Summer Newman? Let's fast forward this speculative scenario to a year from now. Can you imagine MIA Summer finding her way back to GC in a stolen convertible? Maybe she has amnesia. Maybe it's a different actress. Maybe fans are told Summer had to have plastic surgery to fix her plane crash scars. Any way you look at it, a missing Summer is pure soap trope. Tune in to find out about the drama happening in Genoa City. The Young and the Restless Spoilers Weekly Update for May 19 to 23 tease Amanda's presence stirs the pot for several key players who are all about Aristotle Dumis. Claire has a proposal for her granddad, Jack leans into Diane, and Lauren and Michael's marriage hits another rough patch. Mariah grappled with guilt, leading to a breakdown that left Tessa heartbroken and seeking solace in Daniel's arms. Claire, feeling the strain of Victor's disapproval, decided to slow down her relationship with Kyle, despite his willingness to try. Meanwhile, Phyllis, still reeling from her firing, plotted revenge against Billy by eavesdropping on his plans to undermine Victor. Phyllis stole Billy's phone, discovered his alliance with Aristotle Dumis, and returned it unnoticed. Chelsea doubted Adam's independence from Victor, while Damien accepted Lily's job offer despite Nate and Devon's doubts. Phyllis later proposed an alliance to Victor. Phyllis attempted to outmaneuver Victor by reaching out to Aristotle Dumis, aiming to counter Victor's influence. Victor, in response, retaliated against Billy. Adam issued a warning to Billy Boy, prompting Chelsea to beg the men to raise the white flag. Meanwhile, Nate expressed skepticism about Damien's intentions as Damien sought to impress Lily and potentially join the family business. Phyllis told Nick about her struggles after being fired by Billy and planned to seek funding from Aristotle Dumis. Claire told Victoria and Nikki she and Kyle were delaying moving in together. Victoria worried about Victor's influence, while Nikki supported Claire. Kyle plotted against Audra's business, seeing her as a threat. Audra warned him of her success, and Holden suggested she still had feelings for Kyle. Amanda Sinclair returned to Genoa City, revealing herself as the attorney for the enigmatic Aristotle Dumis. Her arrival unsettled Devon, Lily, and Nate, especially when she hinted at admiration for Neil and a particular interest in Lily. Amanda remained evasive about true identity, fueling further suspicion. Phyllis sought comfort from Nick, leading to an awkward encounter with Sharon. Elsewhere, Sally attempted to calm Billy's growing obsession with Victor, urging him to let go of his anger and focus on moving forward. Billy grills Amanda for intel. Phyllis calls in a favor. Damien and Lily discuss their trust issues. Just when you thought things couldn't get any hotter in Genoa City, boom! The gloves are off, the stakes are deadly, and the fallout will change everything. Friday's episode of The Young and the Restless is an absolute powder keg, and by the end of it, no one is safe. Alliances are shattered, enemies are exposed, and a new war begins, with blood in the water. You've seen Victor Newman angry. You've seen him calculating. But on Friday, Victor goes full predator mode, and this time, there's no going back. After uncovering a shocking betrayal inside Newman Enterprises, Victor doesn't hesitate. In a private meeting with board members, he pulls the metaphorical trigger, a ruthless corporate takedown of his own son, Adam. "You don't betray the family and walk away clean," Victor growls. And just like that, Adam's position is obliterated, his reputation scorched, and the war officially begins. But Victor may have just created a monster. Blindsided and humiliated, Adam doesn't retreat, he retaliates. In one of the most explosive scenes of the episode, Adam visits Nate, offering an alliance that could bring the entire Newman empire to its knees. "I'm done playing nice," Adam says. "If my father wants war, he's got it." And guess who's lurking in the shadows, ready to help Adam burn it all down? Audra, with secrets that could destroy more than just Victor. Meanwhile, in a completely separate firestorm, Phyllis Summers goes nuclear on Billy Abbott, and this isn't just petty revenge. After discovering that Billy manipulated Jack behind the scenes to sabotage a new business venture tied to Summer and Daniel, Phyllis doesn't just expose him, she demolishes him. In front of a stunned crowd at Society, Phyllis reveals the receipts, the recordings, and the betrayal. "You pretend to be the reformed hero," she hisses, "but you're still the same selfish wreck who blows up everything he touches." The fallout? Lily walks out. Jack is furious. And Billy? He's left in ruins, with nowhere to run. Elsewhere, Chelsea sees a side of Adam she hoped was buried, and her emotional reaction hints that old feelings may be resurfacing, just in time to complicate her dynamic with Billy. And Nikki Newman, caught in the crossfire of Victor's war, and still reeling from recent temptations, begins too. One glass of vodka, just one. But was it the start of a terrifying relapse? In the final seconds of Friday's episode, the screen fades in on a shadowy meeting between two unexpected enemies, Victoria and Phyllis. Phyllis, "If you want to take Billy and Adam down at the same time, I have a plan." Victoria smirks, "Let's make them wish they never crossed us." With Victor out for blood, Phyllis on a vengeance spree, and Adam going dark, The Young and the Restless is delivering one of its most explosive episodes of the year. Betrayals, power plays, emotional wreckage. This is the kind of episode that changes everything. By Genoa City Confidential, May 17, 2025, just when fans thought the Abbott family had faced it all. The Young and the Restless has dropped a nuclear-sized twist that's rocking Genoa City to its core. At the center of the chaos, Kyle Abbott and the revelation that he might not be the man he thought he was. In a jaw-dropping series of episodes, a buried secret from Jack and Diane's past explodes into the present, leaving Kyle devastated, betrayed, and questioning everything, even his identity. It all begins with a mysterious envelope left at the Abbott mansion no return address, just one word scrawled in red ink, truth. Inside, DNA results that don't match Kyle to Jack Abbott. At first dismissed as a cruel hoax, further investigation and a panicked Diane confirm the unthinkable. Jack may not be Kyle's biological father. Longtime viewers know Diane Jenkins has never been the picture of transparency. But this time, even Jack is blindsided. "I did what I had to do to protect him," Diane confesses in a heart-wrenching breakdown. But it's time he knew. For Kyle, the revelation sends him spiraling. Raised as the proud Abbott heir, groomed to carry on John Abbott's legacy, and brought back into the family fold after years of estrangement, it's all now in question. "How could they lie to me my entire life?" Kyle shouts in a gripping confrontation scene. "What am I even doing here?" The fallout is instant and brutal. Kyle storms out of the Abbott mansion, ignoring calls from Summer, shunning Harrison, and disappearing into the night. Those close to him fear the worst. Now the question gripping Genoa City is, if not Jack, then who? Rumors swirl faster than a Newman family scandal. Whispers suggest Diane may have had a brief hush-hush affair during her time away from town, and some fans are speculating Tucker McCall may be the mystery man. Another theory gaining traction, a long-forgotten connection to Victor Newman, who may have orchestrated the original cover-up for reasons only he understands. One thing's for sure, this secret has power and enemies are ready to use it. Jack, Shattered and enraged, lashes out at Diane for keeping him in the dark. "You let me believe he was mine," he says, voice cracking. "You let me love him, raise him, fight for him, and now it was all a lie." For Jack, the betrayal runs deeper than DNA. It's about trust, family, and the very heart of what it means to be an Abbott. As for Diane, she's in damage control mode, but this time, her manipulations might not save her. She's on the verge of losing everything: Jack, Kyle, and the tenuous stability she's worked so hard to build. Kyle's future is now the biggest question in Genoa City. Will he return to confront his parents face to face? Will he dig deeper into his real paternity, or will he cut ties completely and go rogue? Insiders hint that Kyle's next move could shock everyone. He may be aligning himself with a dangerous ally to take down the Abbotts from the inside, and that could mean war. Forget forgiveness, one source teases. Kyle's coming back with a vengeance, and he's not the same boy who left. As the dust begins to settle, fans are bracing for more twists. DNA tampering, forged documents, secret recordings, everything's in play now. The Abbott empire may never recover. Young and the Restless sees that something big is going to go down at Nikki Newman's birthday bash, and that could ruin the fun for her and everybody else. We're going to talk more about the party that Claire Grace Newman is planning for her grandma Nikki's birthday, and everything could explode. We could have some wicked collateral damage. Right now, I don't know why she thinks this is a good idea, but Claire somehow thinks this big party is the way to get Victor Newhan's approval of her and Kyle Abbott's relationship. So Claire's determined to throw the perfect party. And based on the timing, since Nikki's birthday is June 1st, that looks like what it's going to be. And Victoria Newman and Nikki are on board with her planning the party and throwing the party. But they just don't think it's going to have the effect that Claire somehow thinks it is. Nikki and Victoria do not think anything is going to change Victor's mind about Kyle. And in fact, Victoria is kind of ticked off that Claire is even accommodating Victor. Because Victoria knows firsthand how her dad can be when he wants to wreck a relationship. He did it to so many of Victoria's, and so she doesn't think Claire Grace Newman or anybody should be sidestepping Victor just because he's being a petty Betty. So, as we all know, once Victor's mind is made up, that's it. But this is Claire's last-ditch attempt to try and make everybody happy. But everybody is never going to be all happy at once, you know. So with all Victor vendettas and his big rival coming to town, I just have no doubt that something huge is going to go down at Nikki's party. So one big bombshell could send Claire's party plan off the rails and cause chaos. But we could have even more bombshells causing chaos. So, just the first thing to talk about this plan blowing up in Claire's face could be because Victor may blow up at the sight of Claire getting cozy with Kyle at the party. Because of course he's going to be her plus one, right? Because she's trying to convince Victor of this thing. So obviously, she's going to bring Kyle. And Claire thinks that showing Victor how well Kyle treats her and how in love they are will change his mind. But it could have the opposite effect. Victoria and Nikki are worried that Victor won't budge and Claire will be crushed. And that may be exactly what happens. Victor may be furious that Kyle is even at the party, and he may think Claire should have known better than to bring him there. Victor may end up even angrier. Claire could be devastated and could wind up in a worse position than they are right now. Alright, so another way this party on Young and the Restless could go awry is that the mysterious Aristotle Dumis could crash the party. The new business tycoon on the scene is due to arrive any day. We're going to have Amanda Sinclair showing up in Genoa City by the end of the week. And I do suspect Dumis may be her client. Because it's supposed to be a mysterious someone, and he's the only mysterious someone anybody's talking about these days. So if that happens, he may sweep into town when Amanda does, but remain hidden in the shadows for a few more days, and Dumis could make his grand entrance at Nikki's party to enrage Victor. That would be a boss move right off the bat. What a way to splash into town. And if Dumis shows up, then that might send a couple of people into a frenzy, including Billy and Victor, and Lily Winters and one other person. That other person is Phyllis Summers, who we also suspect may do something unhinged and out of control at the party that Claire throws for Nikki Newman on Y and R right now. As you know, Phyllis is spiraling further out of control. She's desperate to find a purpose and determined to get revenge on Billy and Sally Spectra, whom she blames for her latest miseries. And Phyllis already tried going to Victor, and that didn't work out well. And her son Daniel Romalotti wants nothing to do with a business venture with her at the moment. He kind of put her off and said he'd think about it. But he's clearly not interested. So Phyllis' next fixation may be Dumis, because she swiped his contact info from Billy's phone, and then she reached out to him, spoke to his assistant because Phyllis wants him to fund her new project and probably feed a little revenge. So if Dumis is at the party, Phyllis may pull some stunt to get his attention that could mess things up for Claire's big night. Alternately, we could see Phyllis make a scene to get back at Billy and Sally because you know how she is. And if Christine Williams and Danny Romalotti are at the party, Phyllis could make a scene about them. She might make a scene about all these people, because it is Phyllis, right? And Phyllis could also stage an outburst to get back at Victor for rejecting her offer to conspire. So, another option for a party foul is that Adam Newman might wind up inadvertently causing a scene. I don't think he would initiate it. But he may be on the receiving end of outrage from maybe Chelsea Lawson, maybe Victor, maybe even Billy. Right now, Adam, of course, is supposed to be smearing Billy's name to destroy before it gets off the ground. We all know Victor put Adam Newman in charge at Newman Media so that he could boss his son around, and Victor could have Adam doing his dirty work. But with Chelsea on board now as COO, she does not want Adam to attack Billy using Newman Media, and that's a huge conflict of interest. If Adam does what Victor wants, then Chelsea might lose her temper at the party. And if Adam doesn't do what Victor wants, well, his dad might blow up at Adam at the party. Or Billy and Sally might blow up at Adam at the party if he does what Victor wants, if they do wind up on the guest list. So the black sheep Newman could definitely be on the receiving end of a party foul that messes up the big vacation that Claire is planning. And the last thing to consider is Audra Charles may cause problems at the party, or her dirty deal with Victor may be exposed at the party. If Claire finds out Audra's targeting Kyle on Victor's orders, that could turn into a big fat mess that wrecks Nikki's birthday and has Claire and Victoria both furious at Victor. Probably Nikki also. And let's be real, it could be Audra herself that acts out at the party because Victor keeps raising the stakes on their deal. Because he wants her to break up Claire and Kyle, make him look dirty, irresponsible, not somebody she wants. And that's the conditions to get her new company funded. But if Victor pushes Audra too far, she might turn around and expose his dirty deal in front of his family. Because if she realizes that once again Victor is not going to keep his word to her, then of course Audra is going to do something to slap back at him, and you can't really blame her. So I just can't imagine, no matter how much planning that Claire puts into it, and we're going to have that professional party planner, played by Jay Rodriguez from Queer Eye, on putting together Nikki Big Do. It doesn't matter how good of a job Claire does planning it. There's no way it's going to go off without a hitch, right? Especially because Claire herself has an ulterior motive. She's doing the party to try and win Victor's approval of her and Kyle. I can't see it going well. But the question is actually, how bad will it be? Because I completely think everything is going to blow up on Nikki's big night. Soap Spoilers has the scoop about which soap opera stars will be making an appearance on CBS, The Young and the Restless, and which are leaving in the spring and summer of 2025. Let us know in the comments who you're excited to see return or leave. We hope our guide will help you recognize when to watch Y and R for new appearances, or when to say goodbye to an actor. My and our Canadian Day Ahead recaps are live at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time daily. If you're looking for more casting notices, check out the comings and goings section for Y and R. Vincent Stalba has joined Y and R in a recurring capacity as Carter, Carter's Aristotle Dumis assistant, who will debut on the Wednesday, May 24 episode. Teaser. Phyllis calls Dumis and winds up on the phone with the man, asking for a meeting with his boss. The actor excitedly posted about his new job on Instagram stating, "New headshots. These photos just helped me book my first series recurring, which you will see in 2 days on CBS. Can't wait to tell you more. Invest in your career and know your look." The SAG-AFTRA Foundation has wonderful classes such as branding, headshots, career focus, representation, and finances. Scroll to my branding workshop master list, where I tallied everyone's feedback on my look. Results: visual, quirky, character, offbeat essence, intelligent, neurotic, friendly, fragile, harmless, quiet stereotypes, nerd, intellectual, employee, best friend professions, scientist, grad student, writer, computer tech, hacker/coder. Take that info to your headshot photographer so you can capture that look. I'm so incredibly lucky and thankful to Mike Williams, Tahir Abinati, James DePietro, and casting. We'll share more soon. Reported March 17. Daytime Emmy Award-winning Michelle Morgan is returning to Young and the Restless as a guest for an arc this spring. She'll be back as Amanda Sinclair on May 16. According to the spoilers, they suggest her and Devin could have old feelings resurface between them. Morgan, who left Y and R in February 2024, is taping scenes this week. Folks can look for her on the Hallmark Channel and Women's Network, where she is starring in Hearts Around the Table, Sherry's second act. It premieres this Saturday, March 29. Laura Lee Bell shared a photo of her, Michael Damian, and Michael Graziadí on Instagram with the caption, "Happy to be back for guaranteed good days ahead with these two." Allison Lanier took to Twitter today to let her followers know she'd be exiting the CBS soap. Look for her last day on Friday, May 2, 2025. Hi guys, this Friday, May 2nd, will be my last episode on Y and R. I've loved the journey and learned so much, but it's time to grow in a different direction. Very grateful for all the Y and R fans who have supported me. Less than 3 David Pressman portrayed the landlord of the Heavenhurst Psychiatric Clinic on Friday, March 14. He was in scenes with Nick, Chance, and Billy. There is no word on whether he will return or what his ties are, if any, to Alan. Billy Flynn has been a staple at Days of Our Lives, portraying Chad DiMera since 2014. It was revealed today that he'll be exiting Days and taking on a brand new role on Young and Restless come spring. When more details come in, we'll keep our readers apprised. The actor has been nominated for 3 Daytime Emmy Awards in the Outstanding Lead Actor category. In an interview with TV Insider, the actor said, "I am grateful for my years at Days. It changed my life in the best ways. I've always said these stories we tell are like doing a play, and I've spent the last 10+ years playing this amazing character and telling one of the all-time great love stories." Looking ahead to his future on the Y and R canvas, he added, "And now I'm excited for this opportunity and to test myself in a new way." Eric Braeden had made Victor Newman a household name since 1980 when he initially joined Young and Restless as a guest. The actor celebrated 45 years as the great and powerful Victor Newman this year, a milestone to take pride in. Braeden spoke with TV Insider about the tragic wildfires in Leh that left him and his family homeless when his house burned to the ground. While he and his family go through this painful chapter in their lives, it sparked rumors across social media that maybe the actor would consider leaving the soap. Braeden declared that he has no plans to step away from the job anytime soon. "No," he says firmly. "There were moments, obviously, during negotiations and all that where you say, 'Oak, that's it. Bon voyage, and then it always works out. But the actors I used to work with in the 60s on nighttime television and film are either not working or they're gone, passed away. I'm I'm still here. When asked to name something that wishes he could have played more during his time with Y&R, he told the outlet, "Well, I kind of regret that there wasn't this ongoing relationship with Ashley, Eileen Davidson, that could have always been looming in the background. But other than that, to be frank with you, no. I have enormous respect for the writers because I would not want to do what they do. I really would not. I don't know how they do it. Do I disagree sometimes? Well, of course. Sometimes you do, but it is my task to make it real. That is the challenge, and it's more of a challenge than you realize. But writers are the most unsung people in this business, really. I also know for my son. I know what he goes through when he writes a script. A popular Newman is back, and an assistant to Mystery Man has been cast on The Young and the Restless. A beloved Newman is back, and a connection Mystery Man, Aristotle Dumis, has been cast on The Young and the Restless this week. Find out who it is, as well as all the show's comings and goings news. Check out if any other popular stars from yesteryear are rejoining the soap this week or in the near future. If any newcomers are debuting in contract, recurring, or day player roles, and if anyone is leaving the CBS drama. Melissa Ordway is back as Abby Newman Winters. The actress is slated to air on Thursday, May 22. Ordway, who announced that she was taken off contract with the soap last November, has aired sporadically ever since. Michelle Morgan continues her run as Amanda Sinclair. The Attorney, who's back for a new story arc, airs again beginning Monday, May 19. She shares scenes with Jason Thompson's Billy, Courtney Hope's Sally, and Michelle Stafford's Phyllis. Vincent Stalba is playing Carter, assistant to the much-talked-about, but yet-to-be-seen Aristotle Dumis. The character debuted last week via a telephone call opposite Michelle Stafford's Phyllis. The role is recurring,